Okay, in Activity 10.2, we're going to continue looking at things that we can do with newsletters. This one, we're going to create basically like the heading, the first part of a newsletter for something called Opportunity Knocks. So I have already typed it all up here. So the first thing I need to do, I need to change my theme. So that's under the Design tab, and right here's my different themes. And it says to use the banded themes. I need to find banded, and here's banded. And then it says to use the basic / stylish style set, and so that is in here. If I hold my mouse over, you can see this one's basic elegant. The first one, just this document set style. Basic simple, and basic stylish. There we go. That's the one that I want, basic stylish. I'm going to select that. All right, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change my main title here to a title style. So if you remember where that is, that's back on the Home tab. And right here's my styles. And I'm going to find title. So here's title. Okay, next we're going to make this subtitle or the publication of vacation opportunities stand out. For some reason I'm getting a weird underline there. I'm going to go to ignore rule. Alright, so I want to make it look like this, where it has a border above, border below, and it's going to change the color of it as well. So to do this, the first thing I'm going to do, let me go back to my document, there we go. The first thing I'm going to do is to style it with the heading 2 style. So heading 2 is right here, and then I'm going to center it on the page. There we go. And when I did that, I think it decreased the spacing before. So, because when I typed it, I had to increase the spacing, and yes, my spacing after that heading should be 12. There we go. So I'm going to increase that back to 12. All right, now I'm going to put my borders above it. A couple different ways I can do that. If I happen to already be on the Design tab, I can go to Page Borders, and as you learned in the Flyers unit, Page Border actually applies the border to the entire page. But you'll notice there's 3 tabs up here, and when I click on Page Borders, it by default takes me to the Page Border tab, but I can easily switch back to just the regular borders, and that's going to be for the paragraph. The other place I can get to it is back on the Home tab. And these are the borders that we've looked at before, and we looked at actually just in the last assignment. I can go down here to Borders and Shading and open that same dialog box, but notice that this time, instead of it defaulting to Page Border, it defaults to the Borders tab. So you can get to it either way. What I want for this one is the single line, and I want to change that to gold accent 1, which is this one right here, gold accent 1. And I'm going to increase the width of it to 2 1/4 points. Now the borders I want are only on the top and the bottom, so I just want a top border, bottom border. I don't want it going on the left and the right side. So to do that, I'm going to come over here and click above and below, and that's going to put a top border and a bottom border. Now before I click out of this, I'm supposed to change the background color of this paragraph to kind of an off-white. I'm going to do white background 2. I could do the paint bucket, or since I'm already in this dialog box, I can switch to shading. And then right here is fill color for this paragraph, and I can go to that white offset 2. So let's figure out where that one is. White background 2, not offset. White background 2. There it is. So it's going to be just a slightly off-white. Might not even be able to see in this video see the difference, but I'm going to hit OK. And yeah, you can kind of tell it's just got a kind of a soft gray like look to it. And there we go. That's what you're going to be doing for Activity 10-2. Oops, got ahead of myself. I skipped step 7. The drop cap here. I never put that in, so let me go back here and get that drop cap in. To do a drop cap, I put my cursor in the paragraph where I want the drop cap, so I want it in this paragraph. I don't have to highlight the paragraph. I don't have to be in the word welcome, just anywhere in that paragraph. I'm going to go to Insert, and drop cap is over here in my text section. And so right here beside the big text box, you'll see 3 little icons. This icon right here is the one that is the drop cap. So I'm going to click drop cap. I can do dropped, and it'll look like this. I can do a margin, which would take it out of the paragraph completely, or I can do drop cap options. I'm going to jump down to drop cap options right now, even though you don't have to do it for this assignment, just to show you some of the options. So what I want is the dropped cap. By default, it's going to go down 3 lines. I can increase that to as many lines as I want. So there's only 4 lines in this paragraph, so I can only do 4 here. And if I hit OK, then, well, now it pushes it down to 5 because I've taken up so much space. So I can increase and decrease the size of my drop cap as much as I want. Go back to custom options. Let's see, decrease. Sorry, I'm increasing here. There we go. There. Nope, still not. Man, struggling here. There we go, 2. So I can make it really small, or I can just leave it the default, which was 3, and I'll go do that. So I'm just going to do dropped. Actually, I can't do it now because I've changed it, so I'm going to have to increase. There we go, 3. And that's the default of 3 lines. So that's how you insert a drop cap. Now I think we're done with the assignment.